Oh, yeah,
So
dude, that happens. That happens to me, not on that, but on lots of stuff on Netflix.
I just can't watch The Firm. Nothing.
Does that
It does.
happen?
It's not doing that with anything else.
That happens to me on like tons of shows that I try to watch on the Apple TV. It just does that. I don't get it on Netflix.
That sucks. All I want to do is watch. What's his name? Mitch McDeere take the mob
Totally.
down.
I know, dude.
Oh well.
Um, and that I don't get it. I'm sorry, dude.
Don't worry. Hey,
Yeah.
Gomertrons, we aren't recording yet,
What's
but
up, Gomer? I just sent you the Rudy, I just sent you Rudy results.
okay,
My
great,
side,
cool.
and I'm creating
We
a
actually
new
did it in
GarageBand
the right
file.
order today.
I
Remember?
know. I'm really glad we did that.
Remember last time we were like, actually, we don't know what the results are.
You had to do it like live.
I know.
Okay, I'm creating a new GarageBand file, 6 cents, AG side, and there we go. Oh, good idea. How's the Gomertrons doing?
You're seeing all the prep. You're seeing all the prep. I've got some things to share too. Share my screen on. So
Share your screen.
yeah.
Okay. Let me bring that thing up here.
Well, just one thing that I want to show you.
Great.
So that's ready. That's gonna be ready. Yes, awesome.
Turn repeat off.
Pete and repeat.
Okay. I've
What
got
do
that.
I don't want to share anymore. Oh, there we go.
Stop sharing. Okay, let me make sure I have the things that I sent to you. Okay, so I have one screen recording that I want to share with you.
Okay.
And
do you want to just send that to my phone?
No, I'll just play it. It's an interview with M. Night Shyamalan.
M. Night Shyamalan.
So I have that. I'll play it. I'll play probably the whole thing, and then I'll just edit it down later.
Okay, cool.
Because I'll add it in, but we can listen to it together. It's super good. Did you watch his bonus features?
Nope.
Okay. Him talking about it, like the writing of it is super cool.
Okay, great.
So when we talk about, sorry about the crunching. When we talk about either the twist or the writing,
okay,
I want to do that.
Okay.
And then I have the Ebert.
Oh, right. Good. Sixth Sense is hard for me to say.
I know. Totally agree.
And when I was recording the cold open, I had to redo that several times.
Sixth Sense.
So I think I usually say Sixth Sense.
Sixth Sense. Yeah.
The Sixth Sense.
That was like in my cold open for Chad. I said, ask Chad.
Yeah.
Ask Chad when we
ask Chad. Yeah. It's hard to do. And so is
ask Chad.
Yes. So the is what messes me up with Sixth Sense.
Right.
There's a all in a row. That's hard to say. Thanks a lot, Shyamalan.
Oh yeah, I wrote it out. Shyamalan.
Yep, Shyamalan.
I was wondering about that.
I've heard it Shyamalan, but it's not. It's Shyamalan.
Yeah, I Googled how to pronounce it.
Mm-hmm.
Shyamalan. Shyamalan.
Great.
I just wanted to make sure, because like I've always wondered that if it's Shyamalan, but it's part of the like Shah.
Right. Yep. Okay, I'm ready. Let's do this.
All right.
Or else we're gonna say everything we wanted to before we even record.
Right. Let me eat this last chip. Sorry.
Okay. No probs.
Oh my gosh, this ice cold La Croix, dude. I'm not gonna be able to drink it for 30 minutes. That was so stupid.
We can try to keep it tight. Yeah, right.
No. There's so much in the Gomer one sheet that I want to talk about.
Okay, then let's try to get to those things pretty quick. How about?
Okay.
Okay.
I have one major stricken from the record.
Wow. Okay, I can't wait.
I have one major, actually two.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay, just so you know, dude, I'm coming in hot. I think this is perfect.
All right.
I couldn't even think of a stricken,
Oh
so I
man.
can't wait to hear yours.
No, it is perfect. It's incredible. Total blast.
Okay,
Me and Aaron had a total blast.
sweet.
But I have two strickens.
Okay, I can't wait. All right, let's do it.
All right. Um, Thanks for sticking with us, Nation. If you're still watching,
I
we
think
should get
they
a
like this.
Twitch.
I think they like this the best.
We'll get a Twitch. My neighbor next door, he has a Twitch channel for video games.
Okay, yeah.
And it's so funny. Like he's like, "Hey, oh, hi, I got you there. Oh, whoa, wow, that was amazing. There's Mario. Here we go." Like sometimes he'll text me he's on, and we'll just watch it, and I'll be like, "Hey, me and Lily and Isla are watching. Can you like give a shout out?" He'll be like, "Oh, what's going on there, Isla? Hey, what's up there?"
Well, maybe Twitch would work for us. All right, let's
so
do
funny. Hold on, I gotta sneeze.
Uh-oh. Put that mask on, JK.
Don't worry, it's not COVID.
Right.
I just got my third test
Yeah,
because
I've
we're
had two
testing
now.
No, I've had 4 now actually because we're doing it
Wow.
once a week. And
For
this
your
last
job.
one, yep, this last one they did it for me.
What's that mean?
And so like the 3 I've done it.
Oh, okay.
This last one, she goes, "At this place we only do one nostril." And she's like, "Lean back," and I was like, "Wait, hand me the thing." She's like, "Nope," and I was like, "Eh." And she goes like, "Grr."
The brain tickler.
Like, oh man, it was not pleasant, and
No.
you could probably tell she was laughing. I think she was
Having a
laughing.
great old time.
They probably like that. Sorry, that's mean. I think they're probably secretly like,
Yeah.
sucker.
Okay, let's do this.
Okay, here we go. Sixth Sense is a perfect movie.
Let's do
Here
it.
we go. 1, 2, 3, click. 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, I forgot I start. I'm trying to be like John Mark Comer.
I know, I saw. Nice.
My iPad. Welcome, everybody, to Perfect Movie, a podcast hosted by 2 regular guys who went from couch to marathon, and now they're making their way back to the couch again. This is Anthony speaking, one of those 2 aforementioned Gomers, coming to you from Atlanta, Georgia, joined as always by my friend Steven, all the way out in Flagstaff, Arizona.
Welcome. I don't know what monster this is.
Sounds like Count Chocula.
There we go. It's me, Count Chocula. Welcome to this freaky Gomer month.
It's October and it's so scary.
Right. We're starting with the Sixth Sense. And then I think the day before Halloween, Get Out. Ooh. And in the middle, Dave.
Presidential.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we should be recording this like at night. It's like the middle of the day.
So not scary.
Everything looks great. It's like so bright.
We shouldn't be because then I'd get too scared.
Good point. Good point. And you get scared. That's the thing.
Okay, so I get scared. This is very strange that I have developed a taste for thrills and chills.
Yeah.
I like me a spooky movie lately.
Ah,
Something has happened to me where Jack really loves scary movies. And so we've been working on what scary movies I deem appropriate. Basically, he's 14 and he would watch anything, right?
Right.
So we had a big argument about it last night. I don't know if that's going to happen. Last Halloween we watched the The Babadook, which terrified me, and he was fine with it. But I've been developing a taste for scary movies because I've been surprised at how a good horror movie, how much it has to say about life.
Yeah, sure.
And so it's a new genre. Then again, if I'm running at night during October, I'm terrified the whole time. Whenever I see a witch or like one of those a tombstone frightens me in somebody's yard.
Right.
I'm very jumpy.
Yeah, Seth put that picture up, or sent us that picture on Instagram.
Right.
Of like it looks like they put a girl swinging.
Yeah.
Right, but it's like not real, but it's like in the middle of the night there's just a girl swinging, right?
No, I don't like I hate that stuff. I hate any live stuff. Like and we've talked about this for 12 years on the other podcast, how scared I get during October to run around. And I avoid certain streets because I know they have particularly spooky decorations.
Right.
Pumpkins and such.
What about like when hands are hanging out of car like trunks?
Oh, I like that. I like hands hanging out of trunks. Probably because during the day and I'm driving around.
I'm more scared by like humongous inflatable spiders. You know, like they'll be like 12 feet. And because I was thinking, like, if that was real, that would be freaking terrifying, dude.
That's so interesting. I would say the bigger, the less scary to me.
Yeah, I'm not actually scared by him, but I was thinking that. I was like, if that was real.
Kind of freaks you out to think about it.
Totally. Hey, we missed a quick opportunity to talk about perfect foods. You talked about Count Chocula.
Yum.
Dude, perfect food in this movie.
Yes.
So we're talking Sixth Sense.
Right, yep.
Cole, he's eating some Cocoa Puffs. Those go uneaten, which is super sad.
He has his hands on either side and he never touches those Cocoa Puffs.
Yep. So that looks like a perfect bowl of cereal. Everybody knows I love my food in movies. I love it when when he and his mom eat dinner together and they're having like peas and rice or like mashed potatoes and it's roast beef,
right?
Mashed
roast
potatoes,
beef. Yeah,
and peas.
She says, "I think you're done eating your roast beef,"
and
he has to leave. What a tragedy that is. That roast beef looked real good.
I really want that roast beef. It looks so good. I want that with and then Pop-Tarts, right? Like that silver.
Yeah.
You
guys eat Pop-Tarts? Are you a Pop-Tart family?
We're not. They're like our church, like the crew here is like all about Pop-Tarts. And
really?
There's a huge debate on what's a serving. Is a serving one pouch or one tart?
What does it say on the back of the box?
I think it says one pouch.
Okay. Interesting. And it's probably like 700 calories.
Right. I've been wanting, I have been hankering for a Pop-Tart, and then for years still haven't gotten one. What was your favorite flavor? Cinnamon sugar?
Strawberry frosted. 100%.
Do you like it toasted or untoasted?
Raw? A raw Pop-Tart?
You haven't had that?
Yuck.
Oh my gosh, that's great, dude.
I want it to burn the inside of my mouth. If it's not causing me physical pain, I feel this about Cocoa Puffs too. Not the burning, but if that's not raking the roof of my mouth and damaging me for several days, I don't want that bowl of Cocoa Puffs. Forget it. Throw it out. Just put your hands on either side and leave.
Dude, we got for Sabbath, we always try to do a special treat, pleasure stacking, which we're talking about on the other podcast.
Right.
We got cinnamon toast crunch toaster strudel.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. And is it good?
It's pretty good.
I mean, if those existed now, that's what Cole probably would be asking for.
Totally.
In that scene.
So, but that's an incredible scene.
Yes.
I do wonder how in Movie Magic Land they did that.
That's why that scene works because because you're actually wondering how did they do it. That's a physical. A bunch of people had to run into that room and open those cupboard doors. Oh, I love this movie. Okay, I want to share my screen. I want to share something with you. I want to show you this thing. Do you see that?
Wow.
Okay, do you want to describe? You want to describe what you're seeing there?
So this is Newsweek magazine What year is this?
This is
What?
19. Oh, sorry. This is 2002, right when Signs is coming out.
Okay, so is Signs the next big movie
No,
after Sixth Sense?
no. He's got Sixth Sense, Unbreakable, which we'll talk a little bit about.
Oh, right.
And then Signs. So that was kind of his big three. This is the guy movies. Well, maybe it didn't even need those other two. I mean, Sixth Sense is This is the guy movie, right?
Yeah. Totally. Yep.
But Unbreakable and Signs followed that and still were big hits before he kind of became. I mean, we got to talk more about Shyamalan. I have a very complicated relationship with him.
Okay. Okay. So I've saw Sixth Sense, obviously.
Yeah.
I can't wait to talk about our first screen. I don't know when we're going to talk about our first viewing of the movie.
Let's wait a little while because I got a twist with that.
Okay, great. Okay, so we'll talk about first viewings later.
Yep.
I remember seeing it, loving it. I saw Unbreakable, loving it.
Yeah.
I think I saw Signs. I don't think I've seen any more. If you're just tuning into this because you looked up Shyamalan or Sixth Sense because you love this movie, it's going to be super fun. We're not experts on this, or I'm not an expert on Shyamalan. Literally, I only know this movie and Unbreakable.
Okay. But, I know all of them. And so this will be very interesting. So tell people what I shared with you here.
Oh, sorry. Okay, so this is the Newsweek magazine from 2002, you said? This is when Signs is going to come out. And it's Shyamalan on the cover, M. Night Shyamalan, coolest middle name ever. It says
a literal translation of his Indian name. Did you know that?
Oh.
His middle name in, now I can't remember what the language is. Parsi maybe? Means night, and so he changed that in college to M. Night Shyamalan. It is very cool.
Got it. That is way cool.
Yeah.
He has a lot of gravitas, dude. He has a lot of confidence, right?
So much confidence, which I think bites him later. But
sure, totally. Okay, so it's Newsweek, cover Newsweek. He's on it. He looks incredible. It's got a necklace like we probably had back then.
That's what I wanted. That's the thing I wanted you to notice.
Okay, we probably had this exact outfit, dude. Like sort of like, and it just says the next Spielberg. Right. See, there's no question mark. That is ballsy, dude.
Interesting. No question mark.
That should say the next Spielberg question mark.
Yeah.
That is the editor messed that up.
I don't know. I think it's on purpose.
Well,
I think
I know
there was so much confidence in this guy.
Yeah.
Like, he cannot lose and he never will. We're going to put him in a cornfield, put him in some sort of, it looks like a late 90s sweater.
Yep.
Put that shell necklace or whatever that he's wearing on him. He's spiking the camera straight in. Yep. Macaulay Culkin style.
Yep. Looks incredible.
Yeah. And we are just going to make this statement: the next Spielberg.
Got it. Okay. I think, like expectations are something we're going to talk about with this, because I think expectations are something that did bite him eventually.
100%.
And man, it's like, I feel like that set it up. That can only set you up for failure. Like, that's like if you've got a rookie. Well, he's not a rookie though. He won the freaking World Series twice in a row, let's say. for a nice baseball analogy.
Right. Yeah.
He won the Heisman twice, which you can't do.
Yeah.
And then you're like, this is the next whatever your favorite player is.
Well, it really says something to me that you have not seen any other of his movies, because there's so much hype around Sixth Sense. This is the guy, all three of those first, well, he actually made two other movies before Sixth Sense, but nobody's seen them. The fact that those three were like, okay, they got a lot of play. They got it was a cultural impact, I would say, even through Signs. And then all of a sudden, his name on a movie flips. It's almost funny.
Right.
There was a movie I went to, and there was a trailer before it for an M. Night Shyamalan movie. Maybe it was for Lady in the Water. And when his name came up in the trailer, an M. Night Shyamalan film, it got laughs.
Oh, no.
And so he also made maybe my least favorite movie ever made. And so I love Sixth Sense, but I hate Avatar: The Last Airbender so much. I don't have any level of vitriol toward any movie probably than that. And how he destroyed my favorite TV show. I just don't know how I feel about this guy.
Wow. Okay, so I have a couple strickens from the record.
Okay. Yeah, let's start with this.
Okay, so if you're new to the podcast, you just tuned in because you Googled Sixth Sense or podcast iTuned Sixth Sense, whatever the best verb is, looked up. I guess that's the best way.
Yep.
We put a movie on trial, try to decide if it's perfect. We both come in with evidence. But first, we often like to strike a couple things from the record that cannot be considered in the verdict. Okay?
Yeah.
So just a couple things. First of all, I was going to have two, but now that you brought this up, I have three.
Okay.
Did this set him up for failure? Yeah. Right? Like the expectation being so great.
Yeah.
It kind of like it made what you're saying happen.
Okay. Yeah. I appreciate this stricken from the record because I have so much detestation about some of the stuff that he's made. I cannot bring that into the verdict.
Okay.
Right.
So
that needs to be stricken.
Okay. And expectations stricken. Okay.
Okay. This movie made and broke him, in my opinion. Both make a make and break movie here. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Unbreakable was awesome.
And there are other movies of his that I love.
Okay. I almost watched a few more. How much time do we have? None. So just kidding. Plus
these aren't extra time.
Right. And these aren't good movies to watch with kids, honestly.
Right.
So like,
oh no.
And Aaron's not super interested. So it's like,
Yep. 100%.
But we did get to have a date night and watch Sixth Sense last night. So I can't wait to talk about that.
Yeah. And you get to hold a girl's hand during a scary movie. I mean, that's pretty good.
Oh yeah, totally, dude. Although she was like cutting out laminated stuff because she's a teacher and she's overworked beyond belief.
How romantic.
I know, she was like cutting out laminated stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Second stricken from the record.
Yeah.
Is that okay? This comes from last night, dude. I knew what to expect. And I've seen it many times since.
Right. Okay.
For some reason, my attitude last night was a little bit like, can a movie with a huge twist stand as a piece of art? Like, is it a one-time thing or maybe a two-time thing? Like, you have to watch this movie twice. You have to watch it for the first time, blows your mind. Then you have to watch it for the second time to see everything you missed.
Yeah, exactly.
Is it ultimately rewatchable, and does that matter?
Okay, so does a third watch pack the same punch? I cannot wait to get to the trial and talk about this.
Okay, great. Because I thought about that a lot last night, and I was literally like, this is so obvious.
Okay.
The whole time I was watching it, I was like, he's dead. Like I was like, sorry, spoiler alert. Come on, this is 20 years in. Shoot. I just, okay.
If you listen to us on Perfect Movie, we are going to spoil everything. Let me just say that this is when I was in college and we were like praying for meals, and Alex was like, I just prayed for the food for the rest of my life. I don't have to do that anymore. This is that with spoilers. We are going to spoil the movie, of course, that we're talking about in Perfect Movie from now on. Okay.
Right. But I was like, he's sitting in the room with his mom. Oh yeah, but she doesn't see him there because he's dead. And then I was like, why is he there? It was like, oh yeah, he's dead. Like, I don't know. I was thinking that the whole time last night.
Yeah. And that distracted you.
Yeah. And so I was like, imagine a symphony that can only be listened to twice.
Right. Yeah. I have a different argument, and we'll get to it in the trial.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I do 100%.
Like, imagine
put a lot of thought into it.
A painting, like Monet,
yes.
Da Vinci. You can only look at it twice, and then afterwards you're like, oh, okay. Now I still freaking love this movie. Don't worry. I'm just saying these are stricken, but I can't wait to talk about that. Third thing is, I just think he looks Okay. Do you know how old Bruce Willis was when he made this movie?
I was thinking a lot about his hair in this movie. Is that a
Okay.
piece? Is he
I
wearing
looked
a?
it up.
Yeah.
He was 43, dude.
What? That's
Bruce
my
Willis
age.
is 43.
Okay, it's not my age. It's a year older than me. I'll be 43 in a couple months, though. I'll be
Do
Bruce
you think
Willis's age.
we are almost Bruce Willis's age, bro, in this movie at which he's transitioning to like a major adult?
Wait,
You know what I mean?
are you
Like,
striking this from the record because it makes you feel old?
no. I just think like his skin is so smooth.
Yeah.
And his hair like is sort of weird.
Is it a wig?
I don't know what it is. If it's like
It's colored.
because
It's got to be colored.
it's like super colored. And man, now I look like a real jerk because I freaking love Bruce Willis. It's like post this movie, we've got Disney's The Kid, which was one of the funnest movie experiences of my entire life while recording the Delivery Boys CD.
Right.
We watched with Oscar Butterball.
Yep.
But then he's just bald in all movies ever.
Just
afterwards.
bald. I mean, you could look at the Die Hards, right? Where he has hair in the first three. Once Die Hard 4 comes along, it's not even like the thing on the top, when you like it doesn't recede. Right. I guess it's receding in Sixth Sense. But all of a sudden, like receding. Boom, gone.
Right. And that looks hardcore sweet. Now that wouldn't have fit with this though.
No, but you're right, man. Bruce Willis has a great head. Can we just put that right on this is not one of my evidences, but what a head.
Perfect face.
It fills the screen.
So
the third one, I'd say.
The third one was more funny, but I was just thinking like this is sort of like the transition period. I do think he looks so like smooth, almost motionless or something.
Yeah. Like
he's
reacting. This is the guy from Die Hard.
Right.
This is the guy
know that
from.
It's really a stricken. It's just.
No, it's just interesting. He just looks too smooth. We can strike that from the record. That's fine.
Very smooth. I have more wrinkles. Like I have more wrinkles. That's what I mean. Yeah. Like these crow's feet that are coming in. If you're a Gomertron,
you can see them. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Don't worry, everybody's got them. I have them covered up with my glasses.
Oh yeah, lucky.
And all sorts of stuff covered with our beards, right? I mean,
provides definition.
Right. Right before we get to the Gomer One Sheet, which I think we should go to next, I just want to give people a heads up. Originally, we had scheduled Selma for this week.
Yes.
We have a guest that we really want to be on that episode. It wasn't working in our schedules, and so we don't want to do Selma without this guest. We've moved that back, and it actually works out pretty well because of the spooky. Now we get to really press into those chills and thrills.
Yes, and we had the Spills episode last week on the Gomer.
Right.
Gomertron. Gomer Spills. We got Spills and Chills.
Yep.
Great month, dude.
Yeah.
Fall rules, and I'm scared, and I can't wait to talk about my favorite perfect outfit in this movie. Perfect outfit.
Yeah. Oh, I can't wait. Since. Yeah. So let's actually do the one sheet. Then I'll read the synopsis DVD, which I did watch it on DVD yesterday.
You watched this on DVD?
The DVD that we bought when it came out.
Oh man, dude. Gotta upconvert that crap. I watched this on Apple Plus or whatever.
Nah.
HD, baby.
I'm old school.
See, maybe that's why the super, super smooth skin. I was just like...
Mine was pixelated. Yours might have been smooth. Mine was a little bit blurry.
Right. I love Bruce Willis, by the way. I'm just making observations here. Okay. Gomer One Sheet, Sixth Sense.
Yes.
Release date, August 6th, 1999. This is right before, I'm assuming, you headed back to Eau Claire.
For my senior year, yep.
For your senior year. It's my junior year.
Mm-hmm.
This is right as my wife, Erin, now, who was only just a friend at that point, was about to come to the UW-Madison as a freshman. She came over to our college apartment, looked incredible. I'll never forget when she came over, this new haircut.
Really?
Holy smokes. This is August 1999, dude. Erin comes over.
Yeah.
Like overalls,
Overalls.
Red.
Oh man,
Man,
overalls,
dude.
red shirt.
Dude, red shirt, new haircut, like a bob sort of. Oh my gosh, I'm getting
All
super
right,
excited.
enough. Keep reading the one sheet.
Sorry,
Settle down,
that
boy.
was
Settle down.
Aaron rocks and Jessica rocks. We are very lucky dudes.
Yeah, Aaron was. I mean, Jessica never did overalls.
Yeah, Aaron used to
take issue with that.
Rock the overalls.
Okay.
Okay, gotta move on here.
Yes.
107-minute runtime, so that's
perfect.
Just about perfect, bro.
Perfect.
And I put that in there because I knew you would love it.
Yes.
Budget was $40 million, $10 million of which went to Bruce Willis. That's actually low.
Very low.
For what he was getting then. He was like getting like 20, right?
But yeah, so but the budget is low for a genre movie like this. But what I was thinking was there's not really any special effects besides makeup.
Totally. Well,
right?
And okay. Yeah. For sure.
Nobody's flying around. Nobody's. I mean, even his ascent into heaven or whatever at the end is just a whiteout, right? There's no like lighting that comes in like in Ghost or something where there's no. It's just like Donnie Wahlberg loses 40 actual pounds to play that 2-minute role at the beginning,
dude.
Where I think now that would cost a couple million to CGI him.
Yep. Be like, hey, we'll save you.
Right.
We'll save you from having to lose 43 pounds. We have this skinny button. Just like
Matt Damon loves it.
Right. Or like they have that new button on Zoom, right? Enhance my appearance.
Maybe Bruce Willis used that. Nowadays, he probably uses enhance my appearance on Zoom.
That's what it is. Okay, it looks like it smoothed everything out.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking, is like it really looks like enhance my appearance on Zoom. You're totally right.
Yep.
You're totally weak.
You're totally right.
I also wonder, okay, $40 million, what do you do with all that? Like, you're right. This is cameras pointed at already made things.
Yeah, but all those people in the credits, you got to pay all those people.
Yeah,
you got to edit. You got to rent
got
the
music.
Church. Yeah, exactly. Okay.
Okay. All right. This movie grossed almost $300 million. It was the 10th highest at that point, right?
10th highest movie, a domestic, by the time it was done in theaters. Incredible.
Dang. Yep. Incredible. I mean, this movie shoots him to superstardom, which we're going to talk about more. 670 million worldwide. It was nominated for 6 Oscars, but didn't win any. Best Picture, Director, Screenplay, Film Editing, and Supporting Actor for Haley Joel Osment and Toni Collette, who rules.
Yep.
Rotten Tomatoes, 86% critic, 90% audience. And I just wanted to spend just 1 minute here on other movies released around the same time.
Yeah.
So 99. When I looked it up on Box Office Mojo.
Yeah.
And I was like, this movie looks like an itinerary for what we're going to do this summer if it were 1999.
This list of movies.
Yes. You know what I mean?
It looks like a to-do list. Totally.
Yeah, exactly. Like I couldn't, and I kept scrolling and it kept getting crazy. So like Star Wars, this is Phantom Menace.
Phantom Menace here.
Phantom Menace and Matrix.
Right.
Were like 2 massive ones, but I remember going with Krause at a Big Daddy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I remember going with Chad multiple times to Saving Private Ryan.
I mean, these are all like earth-shattering, culture-shaping movies.
Toy Story 2.
Oh,
The Mummy was huge back then. Wild Wild West, remember? American Pie, American Beauty.
Yeah.
Mystery Men, Galaxy Quest. October Sky, which is like one of my ultimates, which we have never even talked about.
Underdog movie. I'd say October Sky. Yeah.
Totally. I mean, you've got a couple Tom Hanks ones buried in here. You've Got Mail.
You've Got Mail is buried in this list.
Right? Like that would be a huge one. I mean, Stepmom's a huge one for me.
Blair Witch. I mean, these are genre defining movies. And then Sixth Sense. Phantom Menace, Sixth Sense, and The Matrix came out this year.
Yeah, dude. It's incredible. And Iron Giant. And Bowfinger.
Bowfinger. I love Bowfinger.
I know. I remember like that was like one of our favorite movies, dude. It's so dumb, but we used to love that.
Yep. I see a top song here is important to me. I want it that way. Tell me why. Backstreet Boys. Yep.
Yep.
99, bro. I love it.
It's a great.
I want to go back to 99.
I know. Entrapment too. That was great.
Entrapment. That trailer, bro.
We all loved Entrapment.
We all love the Entrapment trailer.
We're like in college all of a sudden already. Like, I feel like I could go run a marathon right now. I'm so pumped.
All right, I'm gonna read the back of the DVD.
Okay, great.
Because I want to talk about what is not on the back of this DVD when we get into the trial.
Okay.
It's a fairly brief description. It says this: Hollywood superstar Bruce Willis, in parentheses Armageddon. Oh, baby. Bring Armageddon.
I love.
How old was he in Armageddon? Which was 98.
Holy smokes. You're right. He was your age when he did Armageddon, dude.
And Liv Tyler is supposed to be his daughter.
You're totally right.
Was ahead or
wow.
Young. Brings a powerful presence to an edge-of-your-seat supernatural thriller that critics are calling one of the year's best movies. What Dr. Malcolm Crowe, a distinguished child psychologist, when Dr. Malcolm Crowe, a distinguished child psychologist, meets Cole Sear, a frightened, confused 8-year-old, Dr. Crowe is completely unprepared to learn the truth of what haunts young Cole. With a riveting intensity, you'll learn the truth of what? Sorry, the problem is there's this picture of. Do you remember the poster? It's Bruce Willis and Haley Joel Osment looking mysteriously, but there's this like bright light coming in. So half of these words are white on white. Good job, dummies. With a riveting intensity, you'll find thoroughly chilling and utterly unforgettable the discovery of Cole's incredible sixth sense leads them both to mysterious and unforeseeable consequences. Here's what I notice is not on the back of this, and the indication that there's a twist. It says unforeseen, but do you remember? Okay, fine. We'll talk about this because I want to talk about the twist in the trial.
Got it. Okay.
Good news, nation. It's in color, mostly browns and oranges.
And reds. Hello.
Lots of red. Oh, in specific moments, reds.
Oh. I was like last night. I was like, look, Aaron, there's red.
I know. Schindler's List style. PG-13, and like you said, 107 minutes. Chef's kiss. Mwah.
Yes.
What a length.
I would say I would not mind. Okay. I would and I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Mind like 2 more things that he would go do.
Okay. Wait. Okay. Don't say anything more.
Okay.
I disagree with you. We got to get to the trial to talk about it.
Okay. Hey, by the way, fun fact.
Yeah.
You already know this, but in case our nation doesn't.
Yeah.
This movie came out on M. Night Shyamalan's 29th birthday.
Give me a break on that stuff.
Dude.
So young.
Mozart wrote a symphony when he was like 4. What have I done?
Oh, man, I'm terrible.
Where's my blockbuster?
All right, let's listen to the trailer, get in the headspace of Shyamalan and his Sixth Sense.
Yep.
And then we'll come back and we will put the Sixth Sense on trial and try to decide, is it a perfect movie?
Great. All right, you going to play the trailer?
Oh, yeah. Should I right now?
Yeah, I actually didn't watch it. I would love to see it.
Okay. While you're watching, look for things that aren't in the movie. One of my favorite things.
All right. Well, shoot, I gotta whiz.
Okay. There he goes, folks. That gives me time to work it out. We've got to work this out. Musical. High School Musical 2. They got to work it out. Okay. I think this is working. I hope it is. The sun will shine. We got to work this out. Still got to work this out. Uh-oh. It stopped recording. Yeah. Work this out. Okay. The sun will shine. High School Musical 2 is so much better than High School Musical 1. Hey,
it stopped recording?
Yeah, mine stopped recording at 31:38.
No. Sorry for the eating.
No props.
Okay, where again?
31:38.
Okay, did you save?
I haven't. I will.
Okay. 31:38. All right, I'm going to line mine up.
Great.
7, 8, stop.
You want to write that too? Just
That's
write
fine.
it down.
I'll see it.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Of course. 31:38. Okay, I'm ready.
Oh, wait, but you're watching the movie trailer, right? We don't have to record that.
Here we go. Can you see it?
Yep. Looks incredible.
You know the accident up there?
Yeah.
Someone got hurt.
They did?
A lady. She broke her neck.
Oh my God, but you can see her?
Yes.
Where is she?
Standing next to my window.
Baby, what are you shaking? Cole, what's wrong?
Did you ever talk to your mom about how things are?
I don't tell her things.
Why not?
Because she doesn't look at me like everybody else, and I don't want her to. I don't want her to know.
Know what?
I see dead people walking around like regular people.
I don't see anything. Are you sure they're there?
Sometimes you feel it inside, like you're falling down real fast. You ever feel the prickly things on the back of your neck?
Yes.
That's them. They get mad. It gets cold.
How often do you see them?
All the time. They're everywhere. They want me to do things for them.
I think that they know that you're one of these very rare people who can see them. So you need to help them.
What if they don't want to help?
I don't think that's the way it works.
How do you know for sure?
Is anyone there?
Look out! Please make them leave.
I'm working on it.
Wow, dude. Hey, is this a Steven's Choice?
No.
Okay. I couldn't remember.
I think it was on both of our list.
Okay.
But if you don't have evidences, that's okay.
Hmm.
I'm assuming that question is because you didn't have any evidences.
I totally forgot to come up with evidences, dude. Shoot, I totally forgot to come up with evidences.
Do you want me to just make it a Steven's Choice? Nobody gives a rip.
What was the next movie that was your choice?
The last one was Black Panther. 2 movies ago.
Got it.
But I don't mind.
What's the next one?
I don't know.
Like,
the next one's The Farewell, probably, which is Thanksgiving.
Oh, right. Got it. It's kind of cool, actually, if this is your choice, dude, because I was kind of like poo-pooing at the time.
Okay, great. Then let's just keep it that way.
Is that fun
and
or
it
no?
makes it tighter. Yep.
Okay, great.
Okay.
I mean, I would say the twist and the perfect script. Those would be like my evidences.
Okay, great.
So
that's fine. Let's just do it. We'll just make it a Steven's Choice.
All right.
Oh.
Are you ready?
Yep.
Okay, here we go. Sorry. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, click. 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. All rise.
Hey, how's it going over there? Am I dead or alive? I see dead people. Oh.
I see dead people as like probably one of those things like the cup in the cup of water in Jurassic Park and the bullet time in the Matrix, where around those late 90s movies when it was just like copied and copied and copied and made fun of and mocked, immediately part of the culture enough so that everybody knew what you meant when you saw or heard those things.
Totally. And I feel like the twist also is like the other thing. Like you have to have a twist now. It's like,
okay, yeah.
It's like movies, you have to like, oh, that was just straight arc. Where's my twist?
Yeah, give me my twist.
Yep. And it's like everything has to have a twist. Everything has to have a reveal.
Yeah.
Now, I will say on the rewatchability.
Yeah.
When I rewatched this like 10 years ago, there was a twist that I completely forgot about that I was like, oh, okay, this movie still stands up.
Okay. All right, let's take it into the trial. We decided while we were watching the trailer that this is going to be a Steven's choice. And so what's going to happen here is this is how it works. We talk through the movie in question. We take a movie that we love from a long list that we have. We put it on trial by one of us or both of us being its defense counsel. Sometimes it's both of us. Sometimes it's one. And what we do is we present some evidences. You'll hear that noise when we do so. And then after we're done putting it on trial, we come back a week later. I get a vote. Anthony gets a vote. And if the Gomer Nation votes this movie as perfect by 75% margin or more on Instagram or Facebook polls, then it's 3 for 3, becomes perfect. We put it on a flash drive, put it on V'ger from Star Trek 1, send it up into space. Xenomorphs from Alien get it. There's always some confusion about what xenomorphs are. Xenomorphs are the aliens from Alien.
Right. Okay. We had a great talk with Lindsay.
Yeah.
The other day.
Right.
Jason.
Yeah.
And she was wondering, is a xenomorph like a generation, like a Gen Z and Gen X?
Right.
Or no, millennial.
Yeah.
Right.
It could be any of those things.
Is a xenomorph? Yeah, but actually, there's probably Gen Z xenomorphs.
You mean xenomorphs born between the years of 2000 and 2015?
Yeah.
Yeah. So xenomorphs are the aliens. They're very bad aliens. If you haven't seen Alien or Aliens, these are very, very bad aliens. But once they get a hold of that flash drive and they watch through our list of movies, the universe is changed by this podcast because xenomorphs become good. That is our main goal.
Right. We're trying to convert little boys and girls, xenomorphs, into good little boys and girls.
Right.
So they can be great, upstanding citizens, not attack that mining ship, the Nostromo.
Right.
And, just quit hugging faces and hug each other.
Right. That's our motto here at Perfect Movie. Okay. So this is the part where we bring the movie into the trial.
Oh, okay.
I am acting as its defense attorney. And I just want you to know, sometimes you get a case and you don't have to believe something to prove it, right?
Sure.
We have attorney friends. They've told us that it's not your job. And what's his face on Tom Cruise on A Few Good Men says that.
Says
it doesn't matter what I believe. It matters what I can prove.
Yep.
In this case, I fully stand behind this movie emotionally, spiritually, with my physical body. Yep. I believe that this is a perfect movie. So I'm so glad that you struck his other movies from the record.
Yeah, I was trying to help you out. And we did come into this one thinking it was both of us. During the thing, I was like, people love it when we kind of combat each other a little bit.
Yeah.
And my feeling last night, just going based on feeling last night, was like, I don't know, man. If Mahler's Second Symphony was only good twice, would it be perfect?
Okay. Well, then let's jump right in. Okay. Because the twist is what people talk about now about this movie.
Yep.
And nothing against the twist. The twist is incredible.
Yep. Goosebump worthy, mind blowing worthy. Actually, let me read. Can we read Roger Ebert's review real quick?
Yeah, good call.
Because he talks about that. Okay, so Roger Ebert, the dude that was the interviewer of everybody back then, he said, "I have to admit, I was blindsided by the ending. The solution to many of the film's puzzlements is right there in plain view, and the movie hasn't cheated, but the very boldness of the storytelling carried me right past the crucial hints and right through to the end of the film, where everything takes on an intriguing new dimension." He's right.
He's right. He's so right. And this thing that you were talking about right before we watched the trailer, which is after this movie, all of a sudden, every movie had to have some sort of twist, right? Or that became a thing, right? I would even go so far to say that sometimes people think the movie they're watching has a twist and get mad at the twist, but it's not a twist. So I remember when Harry Potter 6 came out, spoiler, this is 10 years old, right? And Dumbledore dies.
Oh, yeah.
And people were like, I can't believe this twist. That Dumbledore dying isn't a twist. It's just something that happens in the story.
Right.
Just because something happens doesn't mean it's a twist. And so I think that's another thing that this movie did for some reason, which is now everybody thinks anything that happens that's big is a twist. It's not.
It's just plot development.
Right. The same thing with Signs, his third movie. Did you see Signs? I don't remember if you said you did.
I did. Is Mel Gibson in that?
Yep, Mel Gibson.
Is there corn in that?
There's corn. It's a lot of corn. And at the end, the aliens come and Joaquin Phoenix hits the water with his bat, and that's the alien's weakness. And everybody was like, that twist sucks. That's not a twist. There's no twist in Signs. It's just a movie. It's just a story. And so what happened with Shyamalan especially is that every movie then became, what's the twist? And if it wasn't good, they'd be mad.
Yes. And you're watching it the whole time trying to analyze I saw it.
I figured it out before the end came.
See, okay. So I haven't done like I usually don't do, which I always want to do, which is do some sort of film festival. I wanted to watch all those things.
Right.
Like it kind of bites if you become like a one-note dude.
Yes.
And we talked about the freshman release versus the sophomore release. Like your thing about how the freshman, your first big thing you spent your whole life didn't he call his shot and he didn't throw away his shot? Right. He was like, I'm going to write the greatest script. I'm
going to sell it for $2 million.
Yep.
And he did.
Yeah. I think he ended up selling it for $3 million, actually.
Oh, right. Yeah. He
and attached himself as director, right?
Director and writer. I'll only make this movie if somebody buys it for $2 million and I get to direct. Insane.
Called his shot. Did it. Hit it out of the park. Incredible.
And then here's something I love. It's not in my evidences, but it really shows this confidence thing that you're talking about, maybe going into a little bit of cockiness. Movie ends. You're real. The first time you're reeling from the twist, right?
Yep.
Whites out.
Yep.
And the first thing you see is not directed by M. Night Shyamalan. It says an M. Night Shyamalan film. It's like he's saying, I did this to you.
You know what?
I am great.
Okay, I thought that same thing last night. I was yeah, that was ballsy.
Yeah.
It's a little bit self-aggrandizing.
A little bit. I think it's so what a move.
It should have said fiend. No, but yeah. What do normally movies do right then? I can't even think right now.
Sometimes Spielberg will do a Steven Spielberg film, but mostly it's directed by is the first credit.
Okay, got it. So that was I did it.
It doesn't say
right? Like,
written and directed by M. Night Shyamalan. There's something that this viewing I was like, okay, bro, like
right,
he
slow
wants you
your
to,
roll.
yeah, he
Slow
wants you
your
to
roll,
know
just
whenever you see my name again, you will want to see the movie that I made.
yes.
Which actually took him for quite a while. That was his name would be big on a poster of Unbreakable.
Yep.
Or on signs, and they tried that with other movies, and then until this shift happened.
Until the well, but that's what I mean by like the one note thing, or like if you, first of all, the note's great, so boom, keep playing that, and also we're never gonna do anything that cool. So like, who am I? I haven't even written a note. Like, but it's like if you're the twist guy, then it's like, wouldn't you always be racking your brain? Okay, what's the next twist? Okay, this time we think he's dead, but he was actually alive or something, you know?
So here's my evidence.
Okay.
Because I don't think, actually, no, Shyamalan did not want to be a twist guy. He didn't even want to be a horror guy. He wanted to be the next Spielberg, period.
Right. And that
so
turned out to be J.J. Abrams.
Right. Or,
or Christopher Nolan. Or
yeah, exactly. And so Shyamalan is not the next Spielberg like Abrams or Nolan is.
Yep.
Now, I think Nolan's getting a little bit one note also with his time obsession.
Yep, I feel you on that, totally. But I love that note. Keep playing it.
I love that note. And I loved that he brought that note into Dunkirk. And he does it really well. Maybe in a way that Shyamalan was not able to do with the twist, right?
What was Nolan's, like, what's his age? Is there something about, you're like 29 and I'm the king of the world, I'm Jack whatever from Titanic.
No, I think Nolan was older than almost everybody was older than Shyamalan was when they got their first hit. But I mean, Nolan's an interesting thing because he gets Memento. He gets Batman off of Memento, right?
Right.
And then all of a sudden he's bigger than big.
Yeah. Okay.
We got to do some Nolan stuff.
Yes, we do. I want to see M. Night Shyamalan like superhero movie. Oh wait, Unbreakable.
That's what Unbreakable is. Yeah. Duh. Which is why I love Unbreakable, because and I even mentioned it, I think, in the Sleepless in Seattle cold open, because he takes the superhero movie and and it's all origin story. The problem is there's a twist at the end. And then I think that cements him as this is going to be twists from now on.
Okay.
He shouldn't have put a twist in Unbreakable.
Man, I want to watch Unbreakable again so bad.
Better than good. I love it. Okay. Unbreakable is my favorite, even though I do think that Sixth Sense is the perfect movie. And this is why.
Okay. Great.
Because the twist is good. The twist is great. But I think the movie is better. I think the movie could end after my favorite scene, which is him and his mom in the car.
Best. That's Oscar worthy. It's obvious right there. That scene. I mean, I cried.
Me too.
I cried during that scene.
Yes.
Incredible acting by both of them. Incredible writing. So good.
Right. So you asked me on the Rudy Results episode, what movies make me cry? Yep. My kids know the three movies that make me cry 100%. No matter what. I'll cry every time.
Yep.
E.T.
Totally.
I can't handle the end of E.T. I cannot handle the final shot of E.T. With Elliot and it blacks out on his face, and John Williams in his. I mean, is there anything better?
I just watched the top 10 tips by John Williams.
Okay.
I may go to Facebook and share this. I haven't shared anything on Facebook in at least a year.
Big time, folks.
Somebody edited together like number 7 or something is Spielberg talking about that.
Yeah.
And he plays that for a large audience, like the AFI people or whatever. And I was crying in my garage making reads.
Wow.
It's magic.
Yeah.
Totally. Nothing better.
Okay. E.T., Karate Kid. When Elizabeth Shue comes out. and hugs him. And in the car in Sixth Sense, that scene is, and I think that's a microcosm of what I'm talking about. The script is strong. This is such a strong script, and I think it could end after that scene.
Mm-hmm.
It wouldn't have made the amount of money it did. It wouldn't have had the cultural impact it did, but I still think it would have been an excellent movie.
Yep. Totally.
And so the unfortunate thing is that the twist is remembered, but people forget how good this movie is. It's tight.
Sure.
It's there are so many like innovative scenes, like that scene where they play that game, the mind reading game.
Yep.
That's a really good scene. It's
That's
not just them having a
scene.
conversation. Shyamalan knows how to put these little tiny set pieces together.
Yep.
We already talked about the cupboards being opened.
Yep.
Terrifying and weird, and you want to know what's going on. The kid from Jurassic Park 3, the bully in this movie who was in the cough medicine commercial, is such a great character.
Yeah. Right.
I don't know how to explain it besides the script is strong.
Yep. It's perfectly written. It's like when we talked about Tootsie, right? You said it was a script that could be that was taught in your class, in your screenwriting class.
Yeah. Yep.
Right.
I think this one could be too.
100%. Like everything it's super tight.
Yep.
Everything pays off perfectly.
Yep. Yeah.
I think this is a perfect script.
Okay.
Yep.
I agree.
I'm totally with you. Yep.
So the machinations of it, like you were talking about on a second watch or a 12th watch, right?
Yeah.
Where it's actually, so here's what I'm curious about. I actually don't think you can find many holes in it, which I think is great about the perfect script.
Yes. They set, yeah, you're right. That's what's fun about the rewatch.
Right.
So that goes against my argument of like Mahler's Second Symphony.
Yeah.
You're always finding new things about it, but it's not it. You didn't lose. It only gets better.
Yeah. Okay.
But I feel like you peel away amazing layers of writing, and you're able to like analyze it. Maybe I'm thinking it doesn't get better. Like the best time is the first time.
Yeah.
Is what I'm saying, and like the best time with like the Rite of Spring is like the 30th time.
Interesting. Yeah. Okay.
Does that make sense? So
I think if I put at least a couple of years between each viewing, it still gets better.
Okay.
Because I realize that. So this is maybe different than my viewing last night and your viewing last night, which was I don't care about the twist.
Right. Yeah. You just love it as a movie.
Right. And
totally.
So
yep.
And the fact that it can stand up.
Yep.
Without the twist, and then I remember at the end that works. That's good. And I remember the feeling of seeing it for the first time and being blown away.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's the twist in our podcast that I want to reveal right now.
Okay.
I think we saw this movie together.
Okay. I was wondering that.
Do you think we saw this movie together?
That's what. Okay, so August 6th, 1999, it comes out.
Right.
Abraham Lincoln is about to come on the scene. UW-Madison. That's my wife Erin, who she was. I thought you were
talking about Wayne's World, but you're talking about your wife, Abraham Lincoln.
She was a president, and her birthday is Abraham Lincoln's birthday, and Abraham Lincoln died on my birthday. That's crazy.
That is crazy. I didn't know that.
Another
twist.
Yeah, dude. I think you might be right because that's right in the window. Like when you would have gone back to Eau Claire, like I could see you being back for a weekend or for a month around
I wasn't
now,
back to school then. I was not back to school yet. Now.
And you weren't at the point where you were living at school yet.
No, because we spent a lot of time together that summer.
Is this Seitel summer?
Yes.
Oh, that's the twist.
That's the twist.
Seitel summer, dude.
You and I, for the only time ever, were working together.
Yup.
We worked at a technical support center for AT&T. WorldNet.
Customer care. Yeah.
Yeah. AT&T WorldNet customer care. This is Steven speaking. How can I help you? And then they'd have a problem. You'd be like, you're going to want to go ahead and unplug that computer and call us back. So you wouldn't have to actually answer the question that you didn't know how to answer.
Like, because there was only one line and they can't get online while you're on the phone. Imagine that. That is crazy.
Very crazy.
Like, yeah.
So you and I were working together.
Okay. This could be that was the summer then of best friendship.
Yeah.
Probably starting that summer.
Because we would ride together. I would pick you up mostly and you would come running out with kind of still with your pajamas on and your clothes in your arms.
Yeah, and I'd be like, Mom, make me a sandwich.
Mom,
that's
where's my sandwich?
Get up and make me a smoothie.
So we were working together. We saw a lot of movies together that summer.
Yeah,
a lot of us did, because it was like the summer before my senior year. I had gone to India the summer before that, and so I decided to stay at home and get a job in Madison. We drove together. A lot of us worked at Sitel together, and we went to a ton of movies together.
Yep, this is what we did. I remember the album. Weird Al's album came out that summer.
Say that, Running with Scissors.
Yep, this here. Bye, this here Anakin guy.
Yeah. I remember Krause sneaking out of work to go see the Thomas Crown Affair.
Oh, yeah. Wait, is this the summer? No, this isn't the summer of Titanic. This is the year after Titanic.
Titanic was my freshman. I thought it was that was my sophomore year, 97, I think Titanic is. Funny you mentioned Titanic, because I thought about like the fact that I'm saying that The Sixth Sense is good. It's like me saying Titanic is good. It almost sounds like you could totally poo-poo the fact that I'm saying The Sixth Sense is good and Titanic is good, but Sixth Sense and Titanic are good. They're really good movies. Incredible
Movies. Totally. I'm kind of like, I'm playing devil's advocate sort of for fun.
And I see your point actually about does it hold up a third, fourth, fifth, 12th, 20th time?
That's what I'm talking about. Hey, real quick, dude. Are you still recording? You sound super quiet.
Uh-oh. Something happened. When did it get quiet?
I want to say about a minute or two ago. Maybe a minute ago.
Okay, let's see. The last thing I said was, uh-oh. That's not it.
Did you stop rolling? Like on GarageBand?
Yeah, I'm going back to check.
Okay, let me stop. Sorry, Gomertrons. How's it going?
Okay, 52:42 is when things went out. Check 1 2. What's going on? Check 1 2. Check. So we didn't talk about Titanic at all. That's fine. We don't have to talk about Titanic. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Yeah, that's working again. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Check. It's back.
Yep.
Okay, 52:42. I was just saying that I decided to stay at home and get a job that summer.
Okay. Excuse me. Sorry.
And a lot of us worked at Sitel together.
Okay, so 52:42.
Yep.
Just cut in right there.
52:40. Do 52:43.
Okay.
Okay, cut in right there. Let's clap. Sorry.
No problem. Okay, here we go. All right. Hold on. Let's click record. 1, 2, 3, click.
That was a good catch.
That sounded weird. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, dude. I think that was the summer that like Weird Al came out with Running with Scissors.
Right.
Right. Bye, this here Anakin guy.
a lot of really important things happened to us that summer. Yeah, we just saw a ton of movies together, and this was one of them,
Yep.
I think. So I think my question to you around that is, did you know going in that there was a twist?
Right. Okay. So I'm super curious about that. So we've mentioned this a ton of times. Your dad
Yeah.
has a huge influence on all of us because he
Right.
taught you guys to love movies, and you guys taught me to love movies.
Okay.
He taught you to love Jesus. You guys taught me to love Jesus, right? Like
Right.
it all comes from Mr. Grauman. So um so oftentimes when we were going to the movies, I was just being dragged to the movies. Like I loved going,
Right.
but it was like you guys would be like even as far as Inception goes, dude, you were like, dude, this is the movie we have to watch. If we're gonna watch a movie,
Right.
we have to go to Inception.
Yeah.
Like we're watching, like I this was probably your choice,
Right.
Sixth Sense. Like my choice was Big Daddy. Like I love Adam Sandler. You know, like this is gonna be a hit.
Which I also saw in the theaters, Big Daddy.
Super fun. And Mr.
Yep.
Deeds, another great one that I saw with Krause. But my guess is that you guys were like, this is going to be great.
Yeah.
I didn't read up on it. I didn't look into it at all.
Okay.
And I remember being like, what?
Right.
Like
okay.
I remember. And so that if I had an evidence, is it okay if I have an evidence just
sure.
real quick?
100%, please.
Okay. All right. Here we go. So my evidence would be that 21 years later, I viscerally remember the moment I saw this movie and the moment the reveal happened.
Yeah.
And it still sticks with me as one of my all-time favorite movie-going experiences of my entire life.
Yeah.
That would be my evidence for why this movie is perfect.
Okay. I agree with you. And I think there's a lot to be said for a movie-going experience.
Yep.
Something I miss about right now.
Yep.
That
Totally.
is that you can remember.
Yes.
That says something about the movie, good or bad, right? I can viscerally remember that same summer going to Phantom Menace and it being the most disappointing movie experience of my life.
Yep. Just
the crash that happens right around when they're in the submarine with Jar Jar and there's a second fish.
There's always a bigger fish.
Yeah.
And then the second time, same joke.
And just like my gut fell onto the floor. I felt like in disappointment. Like, is this what this is? So that's a guttural. But you can say that about that movie. I remember the experience and with Sixth Sense and The Matrix, a lot of movies around that time, Toy Story 2. I remember the experience in the actual theater and how blown away I was.
Yep, I remember that for Matrix too. I don't remember hating Phantom Menace as much as you, but I remember going to see Fellowship of the Ring, the first Lord of the Rings, and being like, okay, this is what a great epic, like not space opera, but like fantasy opera should look like.
Right.
And oh no.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
It really it colors what you've just seen.
Right. Like putting Phantom Menace versus Fellowship of the Ring. It was just like
I remember going to see it must have been what's the second one? Clone Wars. No. Attack of the Clones.
Yep.
And they had a preview for Return of the King beforehand. And I remember thinking, don't play this trailer. Don't put these two series so close to each other because the cracks really show in the prequels when you do that. Oy, oy, oy. So my first evidence with yours, like inside it, like the Vatican within Italy is, is that it's a good movie. The movie, it's like, and so, here's the other thing I was going to say about the twist.
Okay.
I did know there was a twist going in. I didn't know what it was.
Okay. I didn't, and I'm glad I didn't.
The movie, like Ebert said, was so good that I had that in the back of my mind. Oh, there's a twist coming, but I wasn't constantly thinking about that because of the strength of the script and the characters brought me in so well. And it tricked me because I thought the twist was that girl's mother killed her.
Oh, right. Okay. That's what I forgot in my viewing.
Yeah.
I remember it was in Florida.
Right.
And that got me 100%.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my gosh. Like, yeah. And that was smart. Okay. That was smart writing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
To know that if it gets out, and this is the internet's around, but it's not
Right.
like now, obviously.
Yeah.
But if it gets out that there's a twist, put a mini twist in there.
Put a mini twist.
Yep.
And so that's my reasoning for why I disagree with you, that there needed to be more like adventuring of Haley Joel Osment fixing more stuff.
Right. And he does like, I feel like actually this movie is like about closure.
Uh-huh. Oh yeah.
Right? Like,
yes.
That, like, so that's what he gets with his mom and his grandma.
Yeah.
That's what he gets with Malcolm and his wife.
Yeah.
And then ultimately that's kind of what ends up happening with him. He's like, okay, well, not closure, but now I know how to deal with this sense that I have. But so he does.
The only thing he wishes is he doesn't want to be afraid anymore. Right. And that happens. That happens with that kind of main set piece. Girl under the bed.
Yep.
Saves her little sister from being killed by her mom. And so that is a cool twist.
Super
mini
cool.
twist.
Yep.
And so then a guy like me is like, oh, okay. I mean, the hype doesn't quite match what everybody's been saying to me, but that was a really cool twist and people just must have loved it. And so that's it. And I think the movie is done.
Yeah.
And he tricked me.
Sleight of hand.
But I didn't feel offended, tricked.
You didn't feel manipulated.
There we go. Right. It just felt like, and maybe that's because the movie was so good. Now you get to a movie like, I can't remember even the name of it. It's a Denzel Washington movie. Book of Eli.
Oh no, I didn't see that.
Have you seen that? The twist at the end is he was blind the whole time. I can't believe I just spoiled that but it's not it's not great. But the trick of that is he was blind the whole time. But I remember thinking, no, he wasn't. Ooh. I remember feeling that about Fight Club, where I was like, no, they're not. So it's like, I did not feel that at all. Like it just worked. And the movie was good to boot.
I was saying Boo Earns.
Yeah, so I think it's a brilliant movie, piece of art in itself, and the twist just cements it.
The twist is the cherry on top. How would it have ended if he wasn't dead? Because like when we watched it last night, I was like, clearly he's dead. Like, I was like, I actually thought the dinner scene, now I do think it's neat, like how they set it up. So he's very precise. I love that. I'm a very detail oriented person.
Yeah, he doesn't have to pull the chair out. She takes the check, that kind of stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I was like, he's dead though. That's what I thought during that scene last night.
Yeah.
I was like, she's just sitting there having dinner. Like, doesn't he just know she's why? Like, I was now he clears that plot hole up by he says they only see what they want to see.
Right. They don't know they're dead, and they only
cleans that up perfectly.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. I thought that in that one scene last night, just a little bit, I was like, oh man, but he's just dead. He's just not even there.
That's the scene that so this was my kid's second viewing last night. We watched it last October.
Okay.
And they saw it for the second time last night.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
That's the scene that Jack also mentioned. She's just having dinner by herself and looking into space.
Right. And then she says, happy anniversary.
She's sad.
Like,
so I said, she's sad. That's what I said to them.
She's sad, but she sounds, okay. Yeah. She could have said that differently. Maybe that was it. Cause she says it snarkily. Like,
she says it like upset, mad,
the cold
almost.
Shoulder.
Yeah. Yeah.
She should have said happy anniversary. You know, like
a little sadder. You could have used a little sadder than mad.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. I get it.
It was snarky. It was like, you stood me up one last time, you son of a.
What did you think about the red? You know, he uses red whenever there's ghosts coming or whatever.
Love it. I love that red knob.
Yeah.
I love his little sanctuary sort of thing.
Mm-hmm. His little tent.
oh man, I love red.
Yeah.
I like blue more, although you can see 2 Gomers right there. Team Gomer, red.
Yeah. I've heard complaints about the red, like that's like amateur filmmaking to display it, so like it's like what a basic move. But for some reason I don't mind it because I didn't notice it the first time.
It worked perfectly as like little touchstones at the very end when they do like little flashbacks and it's like red, red, red. And you're like, dang.
Right.
Like the red knob just sticks in my mind as like that little thing.
Right.
Like if I was gonna have a totem on like Inception,
you'd have a red glass doorknob. Yeah.
Glass red doorknob.
Yeah. Now my mom maintains that she went to see the movie and she knew it right away. She knew the twist.
Okay.
I maintain that if she didn't know that there was a twist, she wouldn't have. And so by the time my mom went or saw it on video or whatever on DVD, it must have been video. It was just such a huge deal that this is the new way to make movies, basically. And there is a twist, and you won't believe your eyes. And by then, I think you and I hit it at the right time to see the movie, where there was rumblings, but it wasn't. This is the biggest movie ever, and you're not going to believe what your eyes are seeing.
Right. Hey, I want to play this interview of M. Night real quick. I think this is a good place to do it.
Okay.
Behind the scenes, I'm just gonna play you the whole thing and I'll edit it.
Cool.
And I wanted to tell a story about that. The first draft of Sixth Sense turned out to be everything that I was fearing. Just the most, derivative, thing you'd ever read, with cliched lines and cheesy one-liners and familiar arcs, and everything was, the fear just came right out of me going, you can't write those. See, this is garbage, and I threw that one out, didn't look at it again, wrote another draft from page 1, did that one, that was garbage, and I was like, there's got to be something in here, a line or something that works. There was nothing. There was nothing that I threw that one out. Started again. Somewhere in the third or fourth draft, the idea came to me of a hyper-compassionate child that this is happening to, and that's why he was chosen to have this gift to see ghosts.
Do you ever feel the prickly things in the back of your neck?
Ironically, the first great lines that I wrote for that character aren't in the movie and weren't in the final draft, but they started me realizing who Cole was as a character. Action, Haley. There came, oh wow, now I got one scene that's original in this redundant derivative movie. And I was like, no matter what, if I work as hard as I can, this is just gonna be a good movie. What can I do to put it over the top? And then I just sat there and got the idea for the ending. That changed everything. Basically, it was a feeling like you can't lose, because you got Michael Jordan waiting there if you need him to sink the last basket. You can't lose. And so you suddenly, everything I wrote was stronger than it had ever been. And I was writing, as if I was Cole and as if I was Malcolm Crowe, and all these things were starting to build because I was just so excited about the idea. I felt like I had an ace in the hole, this ending. And it just strengthened everything. Suddenly I was writing characters like I'd never written them, and storylines were emerging and suspense was emerging. And before I turned around and looked at it, I realized that, I had made a personal film of it.
So I love just hearing his crafting of writing.
Yeah.
Like he's like, he like came to it and he was like, everything I'm doing is derivative of something else. It's lame. Yeah. He does another draft, but then he finally, it's like that, right? That inspiration strikes.
Yeah.
And he's like, now that I have this kernel, the ace in the hole, the Michael Jordan, everything elevated.
Yeah. So and just, then it almost sounds like he knows then, and I think he says this, like he can't lose now because he's got that. And so he does strike me as that he's uber confident.
Yep.
Some people, that drives them crazy about him. He loves to have an acting role in most of his movies, right? So he's the doctor in this one. And I think that rubs people the wrong way. But I like to read a confident script if it's good. And so
Totally.
I sense his confidence in this movie. And he's a confident film. He knows where to put the camera.
Yeah.
I mean, that's his,
yeah.
That's his director of photography too. I think it's Tak Fujimoto, who is his guy and Demi's guy. So this movie looks a lot like Silence of the Lambs, right? Which makes it creepy right away.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, that's super cool.
He made good choices. And then you just feel like you're in good hands right from the get-go.
Yep.
So that's interesting to me that he attributes the ending to that. The beginning is good because the ending is good.
Right. Well, and then he knew where he was going.
Right.
So like it was like, okay, now I know that this is going to be a hit. And that gave him the confidence. I love the idea that even though we're thinking about a 29-year-old dude, first huge movie, even though it's his third movie, just kind of hearing the behind the scenes of it wasn't like it took a lot of pain.
Yeah.
A lot of toil and like draft after draft after draft. I loved hearing that.
Yeah.
And that made me like the writing more. Like it didn't feel like you felt like you were not being manipulated. It was perfect writing.
Right. Yeah.
You know?
I like thinking about him too when I watch his movies. And so, I mean, there's something about the fact that I know what he looks like. I don't know what Jonathan Demme looks like. I don't think I know what James Cameron looks like. Maybe I could pick him. I know what Lucas looks like. I know what Spielberg looks like. I only know what J.J. Abrams looks like because I feel like he did so many interviews.
Right.
I know what Spielberg looks like. Did I say that already?
Yeah.
And I know what M. Night Shyamalan looks like.
Yep.
He also
looks
knows,
like a cool dude.
He also with long hair he looks even cooler. He knows how to market himself. And so that there's something intriguing, and I know that he grew up in he was born in India. He moved to Philadelphia, which is so much a part of his movies. That city. You can tell that he grew up Hindu but went to Catholic school. Like in all of these movies, there's so much depth of spirituality, but you can't quite pinpoint it.
Yep, I like that a lot.
It's interesting to me that he is Southeast Asian, but he doesn't make movies with predominantly Indian actors in them. So it's I don't quite know what to do with that. But there's that Indian couple in this movie that I think is written so well.
Yeah, beautiful scene. So good.
Yeah.
Like, so you want a plain ring for your plain bride? Like, oh man, dude. He's like, no, you shine so brightly. You don't need some ring. Like,
right. I also think this movie's funny.
Yep, you're totally right. He's got that. He has that on Nolan.
Yep.
Nolan
that's true.
Is not funny.
Almost completely humorless. This Nolan like boy.
Serious movie after serious movie. Great.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Actually, so let me just mention. What did you think of Olivia Williams? That was Anna Crow, his wife.
What else is she in? What have I seen her in?
I didn't see. I was like, I thought I remembered her because it's been a really long time. I don't even know what else she's been in.
Okay, I'm looking her up.
Because it's like every single other actor in this movie is like incredible. I thought she was fine.
Let me chunk in. Because my other evidence is the casting.
Great.
The problem with the role that she has is it's so thankless. She has to just be so blank-eyed and distant the whole time, or else the twist doesn't work.
Yep.
So does that mean she did a good job? Because
because she's in a room alone, but we're not supposed to know that. Yeah, you're right. Opening super good. I love the opening scene.
Yeah.
Super sweet opening scene, just like celebrating after a great night with each other. They just look super cool. I was like, I want to be on that night.
Right. Yes.
Like just after you did something unbelievable, bottle of wine, house to yourself.
Yep. I know I know what I recognize her from. She's in Rushmore. Have you seen Rushmore?
Oh, nope.
She's the romantic lead in Rushmore, the woman that Bill Murray and Jason Schwartzman are fighting over. That's where I recognize her from. But you're right that she is so alive and vibrant in that early scene because he's alive.
Yep.
But then the rest of the movie, she kind of has to play someone who's in mourning but can't show that.
Yeah, that's a tough tightrope to walk. She's got different hair too, and like, right? Doesn't she get like a shorter haircut?
Yep.
And she looks sad.
Yes.
Yep.
She really looks sad, and that's hard to play, right?
Right.
So I actually think she does great with the material given to her, and the unfortunate thing is then she just becomes a cog in that twist wheel.
Right.
As far as the leads, right? She's the lead who has to serve the machine,
right?
The most with the least back,
right.
So I have casting as my second piece of evidence, and
I'm so pumped to talk
I
about
think
this.
I think that what Shyamalan was saying was not only was the ending thing that gave him confidence, but it was his cracking the character of Cole. I'm assuming that there was also a big move forward when they cast Forrest Gump's son, Haley Joel Osment.
Right.
And that's what I remember hearing. The three things I remember hearing about this movie before going in. There's a big twist that's going to blow your mind.
Mm-hmm.
It's really scary is another thing that I heard.
Yep.
And then that you won't believe this child actor.
Okay.
It's like there's this performance in it, and he got nominated for Best Supporting Actor, right?
Yep.
And you just won't believe this performance. And I agree with that. I think he's incredible. What do you think about Haley Joel Osment in this movie?
Incredible. Aaron and I, so he's 9 in this movie.
Right.
I don't know how old he was when he filmed it. Maybe like 11. That was our guess.
Well, he was, I think he actually was 9.
Okay.
No, that can't be. Maybe he was just a short 11-year-old.
Yeah, because we have a 9-year-old that's turning 9 a week from today.
Yeah.
This is the first episode of The Gomers that she will not be listening to, other than Mad Max. She whenever we talk about scary movies, she listens to she's listened to like every episode.
So this would even be too scary for her to listen to, do you think? If we talk
she won't listen to the episode. No.
Okay, got it.
Yep.
She does not like scary movies at all.
She doesn't like. She's so me. Isla could watch this. She just turned 5. She could watch this, no problem. If Lily were to see a glimpse of that girl throwing up and looking dead,
scariest
like
part,
a guy,
right? Scariest part of the movie.
Oh, that is so
Misha
scary.
Barton, isn't that Misha Barton's throwing up?
Yep.
She's a famous actor now. Yeah.
Yep.
It's also gross that it's a jump scene, maybe the only jump scene.
Yep.
Because everything else is such a slow build. Like that kid who comes in and is like, "Hey, you want to see my dad's gun?" He turns around and his head is blown out the back.
Oh, yeah.
Amazing, but that's a slower build, right? This one is like he's alone in the tent, and then he's not, and she's throwing up on him too.
Yeah. Oh gosh, that was the scene where I was like, okay, Lily, there's no way she could see this. It would be terrible.
Yeah, she'd have bad dreams for a year.
Yeah, it's just we were looking at him as a 9-year-old-ish, and we're like, that's very Lily.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? When you have a kid that's about the same age.
Yeah.
I was like, I think he's just a little older than Lily is what I mean. But like, you had that feel of like, I can relate to this now more.
Yeah.
Having a kid around that age.
Definitely. I mean, a lot of this stuff is more heartbreaking when she's hugging him and saying, "What's wrong? Why won't you tell me what's wrong?"
Gosh. When they lock him in that dungeon.
That's the worst scene of the movie. That's the most viscerally terrifying for me scene.
Yes.
In the movie. Because
you
you don't want to imagine what's going on in there.
Like there's so many things about like in that whole moment, like she seems like a social outcast, the mom.
Yes.
And I see her in this room with the best way I can think of it is like Mean Girls that are grown up, and are trying to be perfect.
Yeah.
And all have perfect kids.
Mm-hmm.
And she's the social outcast that's dealing with anxiety and just like left by her husband.
Yeah.
You know, she can't freaking get a break.
Mm-mm.
Right? She's like, come on, our little family's not doing so good.
Yep.
You know, like
my heart, like I'm exhausted in my head. I'm exhausted in my heart. I'm exhausted in my body.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
But so that scene that you're talking about, the party, is I hate it. I hate that scene, which is why I love the movie.
You're totally right. Like, yeah. And she has to like go up there. And the thing is, I think that made us like super mad is these jerky moms.
Jerky moms.
Like holding their kids like, oh, let's get away from this weird mom and this weird kid. Instead of being like, what are you doing to the guests at our party?
Why did you lock that like, kid in the closet? In a tiny little closet, dumbwaiter or whatever it was.
Right.
I hate it. That's why it's good. From that moment on, you are so on their side.
Yep.
Just in that 2 or 3 minute scene, and when that kid says, "Yeah, my dad made me invite him."
Yeah.
My heart sinks because I know that I actually know that my kids have been in that situation. And as a parent, knowing that, it's the worst.
And if they don't know it, oof.
Yeesh.
Oh man. Dude,
yeah.
Sucks. That's friggin' awful.
Yeah.
Okay, so that I think Haley Joel Osment's incredible in this. His crying is amazing. He's doing I heard somebody else say this, but they were like, maybe it was Ebert. He's acting.
Yeah.
It was in the Ebert review, I think. He's acting real scenes. He's not a just like a cute kid, you know, in
but you can't,
as a prop.
You can't see that he's acting. What I mean,
no, I know, but he's like doing
going back to episode 1. You can see behind Jake Lloyd's eyes that he doesn't even understand the words that he's saying. And that's not when he's speaking Ruki Patunki. It's when he's speaking English. He doesn't know what's going on. And so he's a trained little boy. And it's almost difficult to watch. I agree with Ebert.
Almost. Ruki Patunki, Slamo. Wabi Chupi Chowa.
Haley Joel Osment is acting, but you don't know he's acting because he's a good actor.
He's so good.
So good.
He's so good. I love him. I think Toni Collette in this is incredible.
So I think Haley Joel Osment gets the attention for this movie, right? Most of the attention he did, certainly for me before I went in. Bruce Willis is there as almost window dressing. He again is also kind of a cog in the machine.
Kind of, yeah.
And it's nice because he's a movie star, and so he probably filled seats for them. And he actually he plays it well. Yeah. But it's very reserved, and it's great acting. But I think Toni Collette, bro.
She is just about perfect in this.
I think she is. I think she should have. I don't know who did win the Oscar. But I'll go back to the scene in the car where he starts talking about Grandma Tarkin. Grandma told me, or I talked to Grandma, and she stole the Bumblebee pendant, right? And you can see 5 emotions happening at once behind her eyes, and they're welling up. She's really good at the eye well, right?
Yes, she is.
But you can see she's mad at him.
Yes.
She is mad at him for bringing up her dead mom. Yep. She's so sad and tired. And then she starts becoming amazed when he starts talking about how she saw you at the dance recital. Her handwork there, her mouth work, her eye work is all just like the way it would be, but she's acting, and it's just amazing.
Yep. She's perfect. When she makes the phone call, like you're like when she makes the phone call to talk about your jerky son, you know, dang. Let me just say, she's in one of my other all-time favorite movies, About a Boy.
Right. How different does she look in About a Boy than she does in this movie?
Well, so in that, doesn't she have like a kind of homemade haircut, just like
Right.
snipped all over the place,
Yep.
and it's just
Yeah.
all crazy?
Totally.
She's more like British, like her clothing is more like ratty and
she
like.
is British, right? Am I right about that?
I don't know.
Because she's the White Witch in Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yes.
She's the White Witch?
Yes. Am I wrong about that?
I think you're wrong about that. I thought that was a totally different lady.
Let me see. I'd hate to get that wrong. But I think she is. Let me just take a little look here. Keep talking about her.
Okay.
While I find this.
It's a similar character though in About a Boy. Like she's like divorced. She's
put upon, right? Like,
yep, she's got a son. She's actually suicidal in that movie.
Okay.
I think. Yeah.
I must be wrong. I don't see her here.
Yeah, I think the White Witch is like this. Yeah, it's this other lady. Can't think of her name.
Okay. I'll find it eventually.
Okay. Yeah, so I think she's incredible in this movie. I love her clothes are amazing, her nails are amazing, her hair is amazing.
Yeah, and she's so able to I don't know what the word is about somebody who's able. It's Tilda Swinton. Sorry, that I was thinking about.
Okay. That's all good. That was the twist we were going for, dude.
Yeah, that's the twist. She's very similar to me in that each movie that she's in, you're like, oh, she was that actor, or she's in that role. Like they're both they move in and out of those spaces pretty well. Yeah. But I think I can't get over how good, and so I think that's why Haley Joel Osment is so good, because his main foil is Toni Collette, or the person that is for him the most is that brilliant actor Toni Collette, and so you just love them both so much and their relationship.
Yes, let me mention perfect gaff work. We haven't had this yet.
Okay.
I'm gonna play a little sound effect. But have you heard her slippers, dude?
No.
Okay, just next time you watch this, every time she's walking around the house, she's wearing slippers.
Okay.
And it's like, I'll play the sound effect underneath. But it's like, just literally go back after this and just listen to her walking around. Like even when she in the Cocoa Puff scene, when she goes to get the laundry, goes to get his new tie.
Right.
Just listen to her slippers. It is perfect gaff work. I'm a slipper wearer. I'm familiar with this sound.
Listen, you're an expert in this. We can trust Anthony when it comes to slipper sound.
One other thing I just want to say that's perfect is his gray sweatshirt.
Bruce Willis's gray sweatshirt.
Bruce Willis wears this gray sweatshirt. You don't really realize it until the end of the movie, but he always wears the exact same outfit. But he has layers to the outfit. So he's got that blue shirt. Yep. He's got a blue button down.
The blue button down, I think, never changes, right? Because that's what he's been shot through.
Yep. So he can't take that off, but he can add stuff.
Yeah.
So he's either wearing the gray, like rowing.
Yeah.
It's a gray sweatshirt with red lettering. That's been my dream shirt.
Yeah.
It's perfectly worn. Rudy has a similar one. Also, Bradley Whitford wears a similar one. And I got one for Christmas like 2 years ago. Gray sweatshirt with red lettering.
And it's a rowing shirt? I think
like rowing.
It's from his college days. He was on a rowing team. You're supposed to assume, but you're right. He puts that over when he's supposed to be like casual.
Yep. Yeah. Like he's in his study.
Yeah.
Looking up like diagnosing stuff.
Yep.
It just looks so comfortable. It looks like that lived-in shirt.
Yeah.
Perfect outfit choice. And then you mentioned Philadelphia already, but I love the old East Coast towns. I love Philadelphia. Best orchestra in the world.
Okay.
He mentions his address is on Locust Street, the Curtis Institute of Music, which is other than Juilliard, the greatest school of music on planet Earth.
Wow.
Is on Locust Street. I looked it up. I was like, that sounds familiar. I don't know if it's the same Locust Street, but
okay. Yeah. I love that. Philadelphia always seems so gray to me. Speaking of gray,
Yeah.
um,
It's smaller than Chicago or
Yeah.
New York or Boston, right?
yep,
I
Yeah.
think, and it's got a ton of American history, right?
right. And so that's a great place to set a ghost story. Is in
Yes.
Philadelphia.
Yep.
Speaking of gray, I also like the shock of gray hair that both Haley Joel Osment and Donnie Wahlberg have in their hair, right?
I didn't notice
Which-
that Donnie.
Which again,
Ah.
I noticed in the first viewing, and I thought, okay, that's the twist. And so this movie is a magic trick, because in a good magic trick,
Yes.
you're diverting attention from what they should be looking at by
Yes.
something they think you should be looking at. And so that the gray hair, the little shock of gray hair that Haley Joel Osment, I was like, I figured it out. They both have the same condition. Is that the twist? And I'm missing the fact that she's not talking to him. And so that's why I contend every movie of his that I've seen since then, I've been disappointed by the twist because I've been looking for it until, and this is a spoiler because I don't think you'll ever see it, until
Okay.
Split.
Okay.
Split, which just came out, whatever it was, 5 years ago, is the first twist that surprised me and almost made me cry.
Whoa.
Because the twist in Split is that it's in the Unbreakable universe, and you see Bruce Willis at the end, and you realize this is in the same universe as Unbreakable, and then you get Glass, then his next movie that pulls it all together. But I did not see it coming, and I was not spoiled by it, and it took him almost 20 years to surprise me again, and he did it. And so I'm back on his side. He's in my good graces. You did it, Shyamalan.
You did it. Is there any universe in which, who's the dude? Vincent Gray, so Donnie Wahlberg's character, and Cole are the same person?
So again, that's what I was trying to figure out. That's a great question.
Is it like the end of the movie goes back to like the beginning of that kid's story, and he's shot back to that?
It's the magic trick, bro. It's us thinking those things even during the movie and missing the actual trick. It's so good.
It is good.
He does it so many times. It's good. It's great. I think it's perfect. Nation, now it's up to you. Go to Instagram is the best place. Two Gomers on Instagram. We have a poll there. We'll also be asking on Facebook. That's Two Gomers also. You could even send us an email, twogomers@gmail.com, or go to our website, perfectmoviepodcast.com, and vote there. All those ways to vote. What do you think? Is The Sixth Sense a perfect movie? Speaking of that, we've got a quick give the Rudy results. We recorded a nice long episode about it where, just like in Rudy, it came down to those final seconds. Would he achieve his goal? Now, in the movie, he does, and that's a happy ending.
Yep.
On the Rudy results show, not such a great happy ending.
Oh, man. That's right. Okay, so the nation voted 77%. We're a little bit messed up on the tabulation.
Sure.
Tabulation.
We're having Facebook poll gate right now.
Right.
Because
so this is
they no
Facebook
longer
poll
allow
gate.
Facebook polls.
Yeah. And we're heading into a time where we're all going to be voting. Everybody's going to vote, right?
Yep.
Get out and vote. Rock the vote. Get that absentee vote. Get your mail-in vote. Get all the things. Vote, right?
Vote.
And yet we're still not able to figure out how to vote on Facebook for
Well,
movies.
the problem is, when you vote for a president, it's anonymous. When you vote on Facebook now, because there's no poll, you have to expose yourself. And so I think the no votes have gone significantly down. This is my theory.
Right.
Can't do anything about that, except for to say, please go to Instagram and vote, so that you can feel free to vote no if you actually don't think The Sixth Sense is perfect, which we don't care. We love it when people vote no. Oh, no. Why did I say that?
Totally fine, except if you're voting for Rudy or The Martian or
or
what was my favorite? Walter Mitty.
Yeah, so
Walter Mitty.
I voted no on all those, including Rudy. I couldn't get there.
Mm-hmm.
And so I apologize to you. I apologize to Rudy. I apologize to actual Rudy. I also apologize to Sean Astin. I apologize to Jon Favreau and Frank And all those
the
people.
inner critic.
I'm sorry.
If you want to hear 40 more minutes and actually an Easter egg that is so fun and so like one of the funniest things I've heard in my entire life. It's so silly and funny.
Yeah.
Not to put up the expectations too much like we did for 6 cents. No, it's really fun. You have to go to patreon.com/2gomers. We talked about Rudy for 40 more minutes and then put an Easter egg on there that's so silly and funny. Our friend Mark just telling a story with the Rudy music in the background. You got to go there.
Yeah. And I would say the bulk of the 40 minutes of the Rudy Results Show is us struggling with getting old and what kind of goals we still have and dreams we still have in our lives and talking about that for a while. So if you like the introspective stuff,
totally,
you got to go and support us on patreon.com/2gomers. You'll hear the results there sooner than later on Tuesday.
Right.
Otherwise, you can wait for our next movie on this feed. Ooh, Dave!
Somebody impersonating the president.
Oh, somebody balancing the budget. Oh, Sigourney Weaver in her least scary role ever. Oh.
Hold on. What's up? Here, give me 5 more minutes, okay, sweetie? Okay. Good idea. Yeah. Just give me 5 minutes and then we'll talk about it, okay? Not right now. Just give me 5 minutes, please. Then we can definitely talk about it, okay? Okay. True. Okay. Okay, that sounds fun. Okay. Did you hear that? Okay, she was like, "When can we watch Star Wars? Can we watch Star Wars?"
Nice.
Hey, so here's something crazy.
Yeah.
Between this movie, 6 Cents, and Dave, same composer, James Newton Howard, dude.
Really? See, we told you there was a theme.
That's the twist. That's the twist. 2 movies in a row with the same composer. We do need to talk 6 Cents score.
Okay, let's push that to the results show.
On the results show. So that'll be a little teaser, a little extra fun there.
Yeah, I would like to talk about thrillers and horror movie scores.
Yes,
which we did talk about during Alien, but that was a weird one because it was a different score.
Right, it wasn't even his score to that. It
was
that
Sigmund Freud movie or whatever.
Freud.
Yeah.
Right. Yep. So
Freud, dude.
About that.
You know what? Just real quick, another joke I love in Bill and Ted is Sigmund Freud eating a corn dog. That's a great gag. I really like that joke.
That is great, and it like kind of gets flaccid.
Right, he like droops it down. All right. Well, thanks everybody. Great app.
Super fun, man.
Don't be too scared out there,
dude. Neither should you be too scared.
All right. Have a great week.
All right, you too, dude.
And happy watching Dave. Ooh.
I cannot wait to watch Dave. All right, let's stop this.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, stop. I have a great story about Dave. Me and Aaron. Wow, similar years, man.
Yeah. I can't wait to talk about doppelgangers.
Oh, yes.
I think that's what my cold open will be about. Doppelgangers.
Good one.
All right. Sounds like you got to go.
Yeah. I'll send you a little clip of that. Isla was just saying, we still got the Patreon people on here. What's up, dudes?
Hey.
If you couldn't hear that, that was Isla. And she was like, Daddy, we haven't watched Star Wars in a really long time.
Which Star Wars does she mean when she says Star Wars?
So that's when I said, give me 5 minutes. She's like, okay, but can we start Star Wars now?
Yeah. I love it.
That's mega cute.
We're trying to get through Clone Wars before Mandalorian season 2.
Ooh.
Because there are characters that will recur.
Okay,
between the two.
When does Mandalorian occur, dude?
Between 6 and 7.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yep. It's
So
after
it's post Return of the Jedi, pre Force
Yes.
Awakens. Okay, because I was
Right.
talking to a neighbor friend of mine, and that's what I said.
Yeah.
When does Clone Wars?
Between 2 and 3.
Oh,
So Clone Wars is Obi-Wan and Anakin.
this is the one that you sent me, right, on DVD?
No,
for
so
Christmas?
there is that one. You still need to watch that. That one is
I
that
will.
one will take 2 hours of your life and you'll love it. That's not canon. It's just a little fun thing that Cartoon Network paid Jendy Tartovsky to do between 2 and 3 before 3 came out. Clone Wars on Disney Plus is canon, and it's 7 seasons of shows.
Oh gosh.
So we're trying to get through it. But it's about Anakin and his Padawan, who's a woman, and your girls would love. She's one of my favorite Star Wars characters ever. Ahsoka.
Doesn't she have a voice in at the end of episode 9?
She speaks to Rey at the end of episode 9. And she's so cool and so great. The movie The Clone Wars, which is CGI, sucks.
Okay.
And it's the first 4 episodes of the show, and they decided to theatrically release it, and it's stupid.
Oh, okay.
And the first season is not great, but it kicks up and is so good. And so we're trying to finish that.
7 seasons.
Yeah, we're trying to finish that before Mandalorian because there are recurring characters from that show that come back.
Why? It's like 50 years later.
Exactly.
So why? How?
They're just older.
How do you know that?
I read it on the internet.
Internet? Okay.
Yeah. It's
And also-
casting who they're casting who. And also
Right,
I think these characters don't age as quickly as humans.
Oh, got it. Okay. Dude, you should stop the recording real quick. I just have a couple real quick things to talk about.
Bye, Gomertrons.
Gomertron related. Bye, guys.
Bye.